see. Can I interest any of you in fruit or dessert? In that case, I suggest we adjourn to the study, at which point I believe our unknown host will reveal his true intentions.
There's no one here.
Please, help yourself to some brandy and be seated. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am instructed to inform you on what you all have in common with each other. Unless you would like to do the honors, Mr. Body.
Why me? They know who I am?
Well, I don't think so. You haven't identified yourself to them.
It's a host. I suggest we all believe.
I'm sorry, sir. You cannot leave this house.
No? Who's gonna stop me?
There's simply no way out while the windows have bars and the doors are locked. Ladies and gentlemen, please return to the study. Everything will be explained. You too, Mr. Body. Ladies and gentlemen, you all have one thing in common. You're all being blackmailed. For some considerable amount of time, you've each been paying what you can afford, some more than you can afford, to someone who threatens to expose you. And none of you knows who's blackmailing you, do you?
Oh, please, I've never heard anything so ridiculous. I mean, nobody could blackmail me. My life is an open book. I've never done anything wrong.
Anyone else wish to deny it? Very well. While we're in the same boat here, there is no harm in revealing some details, and my instructions are to do so. Thank you, Yvette.
Do you think you might spare us this humiliation?
I'm sorry. Professor Plum, you were once a professor of psychiatry, specializing in helping paranoid and homicidal lunatics suffering from delusions of grandeur.
Yes, but now I work for the United Nations.
So your work has not changed. But you don't practice medicine in the UN. His license to practice has been lifted, correct?
Why? What did he do?
You know what doctors aren't allowed to do with their lady patients?
Yeah.
Well, he did.
Ha!
Oh, how disgusting.
Are you making moral judgments, Mrs. Peacock? How then do you justify taking bribes for in return the deliverance of your husband's Senator Peacock votes to certain lobbyists?
My husband is a paid consultant. There is nothing wrong with that.
Not if it's publicly declared, perhaps. But if the payment is done by slipping used greenbacks in plain envelopes and slipping it underneath the men's rooms, well, how would you describe that transaction?
I'd say it stinks.
Oh, how would you know? When were you in that men's room?
So it's true.
No, it's a vicious lie.
Well, I'm sure we're all glad to hear that. But you've been paying blackmail for over a year to keep that story out of the paper.
Well, I'm willing to believe you. I too am being blackmailed for something I didn't do.
Me too. And me.
Not me.
You're not being blackmailed?
Oh, I'm being blackmailed, all right. But I did what I'm being blackmailed for.
What did you do?
Well, to be perfectly frank, I run a specialized hotel and a telephone service that provides gentlemen with the company of a young lady for a short while.
Oh, yeah? What's the number?
So, Miss Scarlett, how did you know Colonel Mustard works in Washington? Is he one of your clients?
Certainly not.
I was asking Miss Scarlett.
Well, you tell him it's not true.
It's not true.
Is that true?
No, it's not true.
So it is true.
A double negative.
Double negative? Does that mean you have photographs?
Well, that sounds like a confession to me. In fact, I believe the double negative has led to proof positive. I'm afraid you gave yourself away.
Are you trying to make me look stupid in front of the other guests?
You don't need any help from me to do that, sir.
That's right. But seriously, I don't see what's so terrible about Colonel Mustard visiting a house of ill fame. Most soldiers do, don't they?
Oh, please.
But he holds a sensitive security post in the Pentagon. And Colonel, you drive a very expensive car for someone who lives off of a colonel's pay.
I don't. Came into some money during the war when I lost my mommy and daddy.
Mrs. White, you've been paying our friend the blackmailer ever since your husband died under, shall we say, mysterious circumstances?
Why is that so funny? Oh, now I see. That's why he was on his back. In his coffin. I didn't kill him.
disagreement. He was a deranged lunatic. He didn't seem to like me very much. He had threatened to kill me in public.
Why would he want to kill you in public?
I think she meant he threatened to kill her in public.
Oh. And was that his final word on the matter?
Being killed is pretty final, wouldn't you say?
And yet he was the one to die. Not you, Mrs. White, not you.
What did he do for a living?
He was a scientist in nuclear physics.
What was he like?
Well, he was a rather stupidly optimistic man. But it came to him as a shock when he had died. He was found dead at home. His head had been cut off, and so had his, you know. I was out all evening at the movies.
Do you miss him?
Well, it's a matter of life after death. Now that he's dead, I have a life.
But he was your first husband. He was your second husband. Your first husband also disappeared.
Well, that was his job. He was an illusionist.
But he never reappeared.
He wasn't a very good illusionist.
I have something to say. Now, I'm not going to wait here for Wadsworth to unmask me. I work for the State Department. And I'm a homosexual. I feel no personal shame or guilt about this. But I must keep it a secret, or else I will lose my job in security guards. Thank you.
Well, that just leaves Mr. Body.
What's your little secret?
Oh, his secret? Hadn't you figured it out? He's the one who's blackmailing all of you.
You bastard! Put him up!
Gentlemen!
If you can't play fair, then don't play it at all.
Miss White, was that really necessary?
Wait, the police are coming. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, blackmail depends on secrecy. You've all admitted how he's been able to blackmail you. All that's left to do is tell the police the truth, and your troubles will be over.
It's not so easy. You'll never tell the police.
Then I shall. I have evidence in my possession. This whole conversation is being tape recorded.
Point of order, tape recordings are not admissible evidence.
Ladies and gentlemen, the police will be here in 45 minutes. Tell them the truth, and Mr. Body will be behind bars. But where are you going this time?
I think